I'm going to start by drawing the head and body parts of the bug that you admire on this colored paper, and think about making it as big as you can, kind of almost out to the edges of the paper. So I'm doing the ladybug. I've got a head about like that, and then I'm going to make the body like that, and this wing part that comes down like that, like that. And before I draw any legs, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and glue it onto my piece of cardstock. I'm going to save the scraps because I'll be using that to cut legs and spots and other things out of that. Now, before you glue this down, you're going to need to cut all the pieces apart and glue them on as separate pieces. It's very important that you do that. If you didn't, you just glued them on like this, when you roll ink over the top of this, these lines will disappear. So what makes the lines show up is the little cracks in between. And I'm going to just create a little bit of separation between them, like this. Here I am ready to glue these on. I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to use my Q-tip, and I'm going to sort of spread this glue all the way out to the edges of my piece. I'm kind of holding it down with one finger and spreading them out to the edges. To make sure that the pieces are well glued down, take a piece of scrap paper and use it as a blotting paper to rub and get rid of all the extra glue that might be on your plate, and make sure all the edges are really well glued down. The layering of the pieces that's going to make a really cool print. So maybe I'll add 2 eyes, maybe I'll add some spots because it's a ladybug, maybe I need some legs and some antennas. And whenever I cut 2 of anything, I can speed that up by folding my paper in half and cutting 2 at once. Plus that makes them symmetrical, and a lot of parts on bugs are symmetrical. So right now I'm going to cut 2 eyes out. I cut 2 at once. I can place those on there. And by layering one layer on top of another, it's going to make pretty cool edges when I go to print this.